lined up for you tonight, on top of which we'll be showing you what the Gladiators got up to at their winter training camp at Cocoa Beach on the beautiful island of Mauritius.
What's at stake for our contenders this evening? Well, if they win, they go through to the quarterfinals. But if they become champions, they will drive off with one of these top-of-the-range sporting cabriolets and £1,000. And our runners-up, well, they'll be flown off on a dream holiday on the paradise island of the Comores.
So there's all to fight for. Let's meet tonight's contenders. They are Nora McGoldrick
and Pauline Morris.
Welcome, Nora. How are you feeling?
I'm a bit nervous, but I'm sure the crowd will keep me going.
They certainly will. Now, you must... Well, everybody has to tell us what they do, but you must tell us what you do, because you're the first of a kind, I have to say.
Yeah, I'm a forensic photographer for West Midlands Police.
I won't ask you if you brought any happy snacks with you, but what sort of things do you have to go and photograph?
Well, unfortunately, everything from murders all the way through to injuries, accidents, fires.
Ooh. But listen, fitness-wise, going back to keeping fit and one thing and another, what sort of things do you like doing?
Well, my main sports are camogie and Gaelic football, and the team are over there, that's the Gaelic Club from Birmingham.
Well, Nora, they seem to be going wild for you, so how are you going to do tonight?
I'll give it my best shot. I'm looking forward to it. I'm just going to have a good time.
Well, let's hear it for Nora McGoldrick. Off you go.
Pauline, you've got a smile on your face. It looks as though you're going to really enjoy yourself this evening.
Yes, I'm sure I am. I'm just pleased that, you know, I'm here to begin with, and I'm going to enjoy myself.
Tell us a little bit about where you're from and what you do.
I'm from Enfield in Middlesex. And my job, I'm an occupational therapy assistant, and I work in the hand therapy department with hand injuries.
What do you do to relax?
I love badminton. I run because I love that. I like to go to the cinema and I like to party.
OK, I see a lot of your supporters have brought banners with them. Pauline is the best, Pauline is the greatest. Do you think you can live up to all those?
I'm going to try my best. I'm going to try my best.
OK, I hope you do too. Let's hear it for Pauline!
Well, we've met the girls. Now it's time to meet the guys. Tonight they are Andrew Sidey.
And David Rodrigues.
Whose nickname is...
Sid.
Why Sid?
Why Sid? Because everyone mispronounces my second name. Instead of Sidey, it's Sidey, so hence Sid.
They're foolish. Tell us what you do and where you're from.
I'm from Fife in Scotland.
And so are one or two others. And what do you do?
I enjoy snowboarding, jet skiing, mountain biking, motorcycling, and I've just started rollerblading.
And all those people sitting over there in the funny little yellow hats, they're fans of Fireman Sam, are they?
No, Fireman Sid, actually.
Fireman Sid. Listen, will you keep one hat for my son, because he likes Fireman Sam, and we might get to like Fireman Sid too.
I'll certainly try my best.
Let's hear it for Sid!
David, I have to say, your face looks rather familiar.
Yes, would you like a quick impersonation?
I would indeed.
Here we go then. How about this one? When the seagulls follows the trawler, it is because they think the sardines will be thrown into the sea.
Just in case nobody got that, that was Eric Cantona. Tell us a little bit about where you come from and what you do.
Right, I'm a spa retailer and I come from the Wirral, Merseyside.
It sounds as if you got the whole of Merseyside with you.
Yeah, I've brought a few friends, family, lots of people to cheer me on.
What do you do in your spare time?
Well, I like to work on my house. I'm trying to get a house ready that I've been working on for a while.
Hold on, just tell me, how long ago did you buy that house?
About 3 or 4 years ago now.
And it's still not finished?
Well, you know, you've got to train hard to get on Gladiators, so it occupies a lot of your time.
Well, you definitely got to finish the job tonight. Let's hear it for David!
Well, the girls look as if they're ready for their first event, so let the games begin.
Our first female contender in the yellow Atlasphere is Pauline. Atlasphere is Nora. And they're up against Gladiators Vogue and Lightning.
Now you see him, now you don't.
Gladiators ready! 3, 2, 1!
All together, heave! Local lass Nora rolls her Atlasphere into the action for a minute's worth of mayhem in the Gladiator arena. Collision course with Lightning takes her on side on. Now it's the break for the points. Nora in pink in the yellow sphere. Pauline breaking left and Nora with a free run on pod 2. 3 points if she can make it. Oh, wide of the mark with Lightning a little late for the ball. Nora presses on. Pauline Morris with acres of space to attack pod 1. Oh, middles that pod and the smoke signals 3 points. Pauline a real Morris traveller in that Atlasphere. Both girls one-ended. Pauline trying to keep it going. Nora biding her time and taking a breather, trying to get it on the right side of Lightning for a crack at a pod. Gets it back into gear. The forensic photographer is Lightning snapping at her, but this is a flash of brilliance for Nora. Nora, oh, can't make it pay. Vogue every which way but right with Pauline. Time running down. And Pauline driving hard for a final crack at pod 3. Oh, no smoke, no score, and looks like that's how it's going to stay. And John Anderson honks his hooter. 3-0 to Pauline. Nora so close on a couple of occasions. But Pauline was smack on to get the smoke out, and Vogue gets a faceful. All of which means after one event, Nora yet to get off the mark, while Pauline posts a score of 3.
Now it's the turn of the boys. In the yellow Atlasphere is David. And in the orange Atlasphere, it's Sid. And they're up against Gladiators, Cobra. And Rhino.
Contenders ready! Gladiators ready! 3, 2, 1!
Firefighter Andrew Sidey, also known as Sid, will for the first time in his career hope to see some smoke tonight. Rocks David Rodrigues, but David recovers, sets about pod 1. Has he got the run-up speeds? Nope. Can't control his fear. And Cobra slithers across to cover him. You see Sid and Cobra, what a combination. But look at this. Sid with a long haul to pod 2. Rhino with a desperate charge, trying to get back at him. It only takes a tap to keep him out of the pod and out of the points. Remarkable recovery from Rhino. Oh, look at this. Sid trying to push himself up the hill on pod 2. Oh, it's going to roll away. These pods don't give up their points easily. Only precision work gets rewarded as David goes head-to-head with Cobra on pod 1. This event requires commitment and passion. There's no smoke without fire. Sid in red hits the brakes, catches Rhino. Rhino wrong-footed, and David's found space. Oh, and there's his reward. And Sid on pod 2 smokes up a 3-pointer. Action-packed final stages. Out of the mist comes Rhino, but time is up. Fast footwork enabled Sid to level the scores there. Managed to outbreak Rhino, which bought him time to line it up to make his mark, and David for once caught Cobra napping to give him a quick chorus of smoke gets in your eyes. After one event, the scores are level. Sid on 3, David on 3. Now, fancy a quick trip to the sun?
S for skill. Tennis is the epitome of skill. In this game, you need fast footwork, hand and eye coordination. You need to be able to anticipate your opponent's moves. You need to be ahead of the game. All of the things which are absolutely essential for a good gladiator. $30, $40, $40, $50, $50, $60.
60? Guys, tennis scoring doesn't go that high. It goes love, 15, 30, 40, and game.
We know that. But we're not scoring a tennis match.
What are you doing then?
We're trying to guess Wolf's age. 70,
80? Oh, no, Warrior. Look at the state of him. Could be over 100.
Could be 140.
First up on the Pendulum is Nora. She's going to be facing Rocket.
Nora's ready, so's her mum and dad and twin sister Joanne. Rocket concentrating. Where do you come from?
The Pendulum!
If you don't know the words, just waggle your fingers. It's a cross between tag and hide and seek, all performed on a high-powered swinging pendulum 40 feet above the arena floor. Rocket in hot pursuit of Nora. 60 seconds to snatch the flag from Nora's back. If Nora can keep out of trouble for 40 seconds, she'll add 5 points to her score. She manages the full minute, she gets the full Monty, 10 points. Rocket wondering where to start looking. And Nora coming up on the left, puzzled as to the Gladiators' position. Rocket still wondering and wandering. It was a 50-50 choice in which direction to go. Unfortunately, she chose the wrong one. Nora's sister Jackie likes what she sees, the clock going up and guaranteeing Nora a 5-point bonus for 40 seconds. Nora with her flag intact and Rocket finding it hard to home in on a target. Rocket looks to lack the speed that's required to orbit this globe, which more than pleases Nora's twin sister Joanne. Less than 10 seconds to tick down, and looks like Rocket's going to be ticked off at a conceding 10 points. Not quite Rocket's event tonight, but she'll be back with a vengeance next time. Full marks to Nora. Oh, she's delighted. Let's see flashing, dashing Nora in action again. This was the only time Rocket came close to catching her. Unfortunately, Rocket didn't realise it, and the chance was missed.
Well, Nora, huge congratulations. You picked up 10 points.
I really needed some points. I really needed it. Well, thanks for the crowd for cheering me on.
I'm not sure how much of them you hear when you're up there.
You see them, but you're not really hearing them. You're just concentrating. All I was looking for was a pink flash, and I never saw it, thank God.
I mean, I saw you trying to look through the pendulum there to see if you could see where she was.
Yeah, I was trying to get a sneaky look, but she played well, and she got away really fast.
And you had no idea where she was?
I had no idea. She played really well. Well done.
Let's hear it for Rocket, and well done, Nora! Next up on Pendulum, it's Pauline. She's going to be facing Siren.
Earlier, I asked Pauline how tonight compared with running the London Marathon.
There are lots of similarities between doing the London Marathon and also appearing on Gladiators. For one thing, the nerves beforehand. Secondly, the crowd and the atmosphere. And hopefully they're going to pull me through tonight on this show. And thirdly, the great achievement of actually beating 23,000 other contenders to actually get in on Gladiators.
3, 2, 1.
Pauline from Enfield, a fully qualified nurse, used to the sound of a siren, but this is something quite different for her. Siren says, I'm coming for you. All I've got to do is figure out exactly where you are. Pauline sneaked to the south, hiding there on the underbelly, and it looks like Siren's going to pass right over the top of her. Pauline coping with the full power of the pendulum as its fearsome force generates over 2 Gs. And Pauline's sister telling her to stay cool, stay low, and stay out of trouble. The agony starts to cut in about the halfway stage, Pauline desperately trying to keep her grip with those tired hands. Siren stops to evaluate her situation, and she's got a glimpse of her. Siren knows where Pauline is. She's held on for 40 seconds to secure 5 points. The question is, can she cop the lot by lasting the minute? Siren heads south. Can Pauline sit it out for another 10 seconds? She daren't move for losing her grip. It's going to be a race against the clock. Pauline's given up on the legwork. Can she hold on? Oh, she's gone! Did she beat the clock? I couldn't tell. The family couldn't tell either. Let's have a gander at the replay. Keep one eye on the time, one eye on Pauline. If her hands are still in contact with the pendulum when the clock hits 60, the points are hers. Well, I don't know. John Anderson, it's all yours, mate.
Well, John, what's the outcome?
Well, I've looked at the replay very carefully.
and she gets 10 points.
Yes, as I suspected, Pauline clearly still holding on to the pendulum when the clock struck 60. And Pauline's people giving it plenty. Siren delighted for her too, and what a great sport she is. And here's how the scores look now. Nora 10, Pauline 13 after 2 events.
So we now move into the men's event with Sid. And he's going to be facing Ace.
The Ace will be dealing out some serious stats for this event. Stands 185 centimetres tall, weighs 104 kilos. Compare that lot to Sid, and you'll notice the firefighter's 5 centimetres taller, but 10 kilos lighter.
3, 2, 1.
26-year-old Sid from Kelty Fife, looking to score 5 if he holds on for 40 seconds. Got into the fire service at the very first attempt, which is a great achievement. Ace going over the top, which is not normally like him. Doreen and Otto, Sid's mum and stepdad, finding it all a bit much to take in. Frankly, who can blame them? Never for one moment thought they'd see their son hanging onto a giant pendulum, swinging 40 feet in the air just for the sake of 10 points. But to land him, he's got to keep out of Ace's way. Ace descending, poised for the kill. Oh, Doreen can't look. Yes, she can. And now she wishes she hadn't, because the end is inside, certainly for Sid anyway. Very nasty. Can the Ace trump him? He can, with half a second to spare. Sid, no points. Doreen, with Sid's girlfriend Amanda, can't believe it. But here's the proof. Ace giving Sid no chance of escape. Incredible drama, impeccable timing.
Next up on the pendulum, it's Dave. And he's going to be facing Hunter.
David's worked hard to be here. This is what he told me.
Well, I've always been interested in sport. I've played squash, football, various things, but the thing that's motivated me most has been my 4 attempts to get on Gladiators. The first time I applied, I failed miserably, but then I set my store out and then I achieved my goal, and it's been great.
3, 2, 1.
Well, David's the managing director of a chain of grocery stores in real life, but he'll have his work cut out here. He's drawn a particularly nasty short straw, because the huntsman is the best in the business. Look at this, stalking the contender to wear him down. Sisters Linda, Donna and Dawn there, plenty of support, and David will need that encouragement, because this gladiator's like a bargain hunter on sale day, looking to pick up the offer of a quick flag. Oh, David taking him down to the basement. Hunter needs to bag that flag, but David keeping him at arm's length, saying this is not a giveaway, but Hunter's a cool customer. David's brother Paul, with Rachel, his niece, screaming at him. Can David hang on to claim the bonus of 5 points? Hunter's poised for the flag snatch. Can he steal it? David protecting the flag. He's got his 5 points, but he'll be hard-pressed to grab the 10. Oh, Hunter flags him down. David, 5 points earned the hard way, with Hunter breathing down his neck. Another scalp for our golden wonder. This great gladiator will not be frustrated, always determined to get the job done. Everyone beware, don't mess with the Hunter. After 2 events, the scores shake down like this. Andrew stays on 3 points. David moves up to 8.
Well, that really was a fast and furious game of pendulum, but there's more action. Join us after the break here on Gladiators. Welcome back to the National Indoor Arena here in Birmingham, where we're just about to kick off part 2 with one of this season's brand new games. First up on Tightrope, it's Nora! And she's going to be facing Vogue. Over to John Anderson.
Contender
Nora McGoldrick from Birmingham measures up very nicely, 172 height-wise and 63 kilos in the weight department. She'll be racing against Vogue, who happens to be 5 centimetres shorter, but exactly the same weight. And here they go. The tug to the top of the incline gets underway, reach the platform, unhitch from the line, press the go button, and then hook up again. Slide back down, and first to the bottom wins. Nora hits the halfway stage. It's a quick release from the line. Vogue very fast. She's down, then Nora. The button's pressed, and Vogue's away first. Nora launches herself next, but it's going to be Vogue to blast Nora into oblivion and 0 points. A shower of sparks signals Nora's demise. Mum, Dad, Phil and John with a subdued reaction to that result. Vogue was quicker at the changeover, and by then the forensic photographer was out of the points. Flashbang, what a picture.
Next up on Tightrope, it's Pauline. And she's up against Rebel. Rebel. Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Gladiator ready!
When that Rebel is roused, she takes some beating.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, they're off. Oh, and Pauline caught on the line there. Rebel smooth and secure. Pauline once again on track, trying to pull back that lead, but that line snag cost her dearly. Rebel hits the platform first, unbuckles, slaps that button, and Pauline finishes her long haul, needs to unhitch. And this Rebel won't be put down, launches herself to another victory. Pauline knows she's for the plummet. Rebel's fired up and Pauline's dropped down. Good performance from Rebel. Pauline unlucky to get a line snag, though. Here's that finish again. Rebel one-footed ignition and the nurse gets a quick appointment with the net. That spectacular clean sheet from Glads means the scores remain the same. Nora 10, Pauline 13. Now we move into the men's event.
So now we move into the men's event.
I just said
with
that.
Sid. And he's going to be facing Cobra.
The Cobra alongside Andrew, ready to snake up that rope and deny the contender the points. Also known as Sid, starts to heave his way to the top of the rope, looks to be doing well. He'll make the platform first. Mrs. Sidey likes what she sees. Time for the changeover. Sid punches the button. Cobra in trouble. And Sid launches first. And Cobra's heading for catastrophe. Here comes Sid. And a double-footed strike. Cobra sent flying 10 points to Sid. His supporters clearly love it, as does Sid's girlfriend, Amanda. Here's Sid down there for a chat. Everyone up on their feet except his poor old mum and stepdad. Here's Uli to sum up the spectacular action.
Oh, Sid, it must be those long arms of yours.
Something to do with that. It was a fast game. I reckon the long arms made it.
That was fantastic. I mean, that's just how we like to see it played. You know, you're well ahead of the Gladiator. The Gladiator explodes.
I aim to please.
That you certainly did. Oh, choke. What's the excuse?
There's no excuse. I don't mind losing to one of these firemen. They're real heroes, aren't they?
With long arms and long legs.
All right, then, if you want an excuse, come here. I'm one of those gladiators, but well done anyway, Trev.
Yeah, let's hear it for Cobra. And for Sid. Well done, 10 points.
Nice hats.
Next up on Tightrope, it's Dave. And he's going to be facing the Wolfman. Over to John Anderson.
The last time the Wolf took to the tightrope, he was sent flying, so he'll be looking to make amends. David looking to be upwardly mobile in this part of the race. Girlfriend Sophia with his best friend Alan. And they reach the platform together, drop together, and hit the button together. Oh, David loses his grip. The Wolf's down first. David with a nightmare changeover, destined for the crash dive. Impact from Wolf signals the end of the line for David, and David eats net, and a mass choir of 7,000 voices in the National Indoor Arena aren't about to let him forget it. The changeover was extraordinary. Everything was simultaneous until David lost the straps for the return journey, and then he knew it was all over, bar the showering. The Wolf with a gentle slide down, hits the target, but then he's used to making the sparks fly, isn't he? Bad luck for David.
Oh, Dave. It appeared to me that you had a little bit of trouble when you were sort of unhooking yourself on one thing and another.
Yeah, it didn't quite go to plan, that, but we'll have to try something a little bit better in the next games.
You were head-to-head with the old Wolfman. I have to... It makes me feel sick, but I have to compliment you on your nice little kick-off there.
It's so nice to hear you saying something nice about me.
Well, it's taken 6 years, so enjoy it.
You just hate acknowledging perfection.
Now you're making everyone feel sick. Listen, Dave, plenty more events. Keep your pecker up. Let's hear it for Wolfman and Dave.
David hounded out of the points, but there's still plenty to play for. Sid's up to 13. David stays on 8. Time for more tennis training.
You know, even the fittest people can sustain injuries whilst playing tennis. If you don't warm the muscles up properly, they can be stretched or torn. And if you put weight onto a joint at an awkward angle, this could cause ligament damage or even a fracture. But in this instance, Warrior's managed to injure himself playing tennis. Now, tennis injuries normally consist of sprained wrists, tennis elbow, or knee and back problems in the muscles and joints. So, Warrior, what sort of advice would you give to anyone that plays tennis but wants to avoid getting injured?
Only one thing, actually, and
yeah?
This is a fact.
Right.
If you win, don't jump over the net.
Do you know, you're absolutely right.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Ready now for our next event. Our first female contender on the suspension bridge is Nora. And she'll be facing Rio.
Rio will take some beating on this bridge, but Nora's got the right attitude.
Well, between you and me, I wouldn't class myself as being a very competitive person. However, when I get on the sports field, it's almost as if I'm taken over by another person and I get stuck in and become very competitive. And let's face it, no one likes to lose.
So Nora will step out knowing that Rio's a knockout on this bridge. It's usually a stand and deliver encounter. The contender stands while the Gladiator delivers. Oh, and Nora's bundled out of there in double quick time. Even in slow motion, it's still pretty quick. Rio cuffs Nora around the ear and sends her a perler.
Our second female contender is Pauline. And she'll be facing Falcon.
And the Falcon's set to ruffle some feathers tonight. Stands a magnificent 1.70 m tall, weighs 67 kilos, whereas Pauline will be giving away 10 centimetres height-wise and 8 kilos in that weight department.
3, 2, 1.
The perils of Pauline continue as she faces the Falcon. And Falcon straight to work with a slap in the chops. Pauline soaks it up and she looks like she's come to tussle. Pauline with a big push. She's got her. The Falcon takes flight and Pauline takes 10 points. An amazing turn-up on the suspension bridge. Pauline squares up, Falcon gets untidy and finds herself steamrolled off the bridge and flattened on the floor. Well done to Pauline. And that crisp tenor gives her a real advantage. Nora sticks on 10, Pauline's up to 23.
Our first male contender on Whiplash is Sid. And he's up against the one and only Saracen. Over to John Anderson.
Lock in.
Well, Sid looks focused and confident. Here's why.
I'm not intimidated by the Gladiators at all, or their games. They may be big guys, but I'm hopefully got a lot more agility than those guys. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. There's a lot of technique in a lot of these games, and hopefully I'll be a lot more technical than those guys. But at the end of the day, we'll see what happens.
Contender ready!
Up with the thumbs. And down to the action. Oh, and Saracen caught by Sid's opening stunt. Only just pulls himself back from the brink and Sarah's still on the edge of disaster. Sid's got a grip of this event and Saracen a step away from defeat. Saracen desperate for control of the bone and the battle of the firefighters. Sid superb at wrong-footing the Saracen, always with a new trick up his sleeve. Knows there's 10 points for heating the Gladiator out of the ring and time running down. Sarah struggling with a storming Scotsman. On the edge, oh, on his knees, oh, and he's out of it. Sarah let go of the bone, 10 points to Sid. And Saracen leads the applause for that great win. Mum and stepdad still in their seats, but Amanda's on her feet.
On and on, but looks like finally you won.
That was a long time. That was hard. I thought I had him a few times, but he kept on gripping.
Saracen, tell us a little bit about that Whiplash. What went on there?
Well, what happened was I got this bad shoulder, and after doing that, it feels a lot better now. Seriously, he's a strong guy. He was throwing me around like a rag doll. I fell over a few times, and just at the last minute, he just yanked out of my hand. There was nothing I can do. He just turned and go, he's a fireman, so he can't be that bad.
Let's hear it for Sid, 10 points. And let's also hear it for Saracen. Our next male contender is David. And he's going to be facing one of our new gladiators, Khan.
Khan brings a set of heavyweight figures to the party. 193 centimetres tall, 114 kilos in weight, which according to my calculator means that David's giving away 6 centimetres and 27 kilos. A disturbing disparity for the Merseysider.
Contender ready! Gladiator ready! 3, 2, 1.
Half a minute of hell. And a face full of chest for David. Khan too wide to run past. A real David and Goliath struggle. Khan seems to be trying to wrench David's arm off his shoulder rather than the dog bone from his grasp. David needs a forklift from his storeroom to ship this stock. Khan's got a grip on this and Khan has ripped him off. Just over halfway through, Khan the Conqueror. Muted reaction from the family. They know that extends Sid's lead. After 4 events, Sid has 23, David has 8.
First up to run the gauntlet, it's Nora. And she's going to be facing Rio, Rebel, Fox, Siren, and Lightning. Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Gladiators ready! 3, 2, 1.
20 seconds to run the gauntlet end-to-end and score 10. 30 seconds to score 5. And Rio lowers the boom on any early progress from Nora. Nora looking to shove her way through. Rio responds, pushes her wide and then shoves her back again. Nora's twin sister Joanne dishing out some stick to Rio because she's dishing it out to Nora. Nora can kiss the 10 points goodbye. Oh, finally forces herself through the turnstile, but that only takes her into Rebel country. Rebel working with the pads, double-fisted pushbacks. The time and the points slipping away from Nora. Still giving it plenty, but never quite enough. What a battle. And that picture says it all.
Well, Nora, there was no way that she was going to let you through Rio there at the start. You managed to make it to Rebel, but there was no way she was going to let you through either. And you could have done with picking up some points at this stage.
Yeah, the start was wrong, and then once you missed the first one, there's no way you're going to get through them.
I'm not sure if there is a right or wrong. If we could just bring in Rio here. I mean, when you hear them knocking on the door and you're saying, you're not coming in.
Certainly not. It's the name of the game.
Well, never mind. You've still got the Eliminator. We're waiting for you there. So let's hear it for Nora. Next up to run the gauntlet, it's Pauline. Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Gladiators ready! 3, 2, 1.
Pauline usually gives treatment to people's hands. Now she's receiving treatment at the hands of the Gladiators. Looking to barge past the Rio roadblock, backs her up and turns her into Rebel. And Rebel repels the invader. Pauline back for more. Mum and Dad, Florence and George lapping it up. Pauline goes up and around and into the lair of the Fox. Fox can't get a bite, and now it's Siren. The 10 points have gone, but the 5 are there for the taking. Siren pushes and parries her down. Oh, but gets the slip. Lightning with the ramrod. Always dependable to spare the Gladiators' blushes. Oh, but what a fine effort from this powerhouse called Pauline. Sister Pam's not far wrong. Siren tried to drive her into the ground, but Pauline spun herself out of trouble, but only as far as Lightning, and Lightning with enough power to deny her the points. That was a tough one. After 5 events, Nora remains on 10, Pauline on 23.
So we now move into the men's event with Sid. And tonight, he's facing Rhino, Hunter, Ace, Khan, and the Wolfman. Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Gladiators ready! 3,
And Sid wearing his blue Braveheart war paint, presumably to frighten Rhino. Oh, and Rhino's having none of it. Drives Sid up the wall. Andrew very fast, as we saw in Whiplash, and so fast he takes off over the side. John Anderson stops it. Looks like Sid will restart at Hunter's zone once he's climbed back in. Sid switches direction, goes up the side and over the top. Rhino there to help him on his way.
There are 21 seconds remaining. 3, 2, 1.
One zone down, 4 to go. Hunter with a pads, trying to close him down. Ace ready with the ambush. Hunter like the meat in a sandwich. This is the ace eye view of the action, and Sid's through. Can't get himself right in Sid's way. Oh, and the cameraman right in Doreen's way. Can't knock it in from pillar to post with the time running down. Oh, Sid's free, but the Wolfstein's in low and hard. And there's the time up. And Wolfie with a bit of afters. The fans loved it. What did you think, Doreen? Calm with plenty of argy-bargy in the alleyway. Sid managed to reverse out of trouble, but then careered head first into an oncoming Wolf. Good effort, no points.
Next up to run the gauntlet, it's Dave. Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Gladiators ready! 3, 2, 1.
David rushes into action. Rhino high and mighty. Oh, and suddenly he's not there. David with a sprint into Hunter. Hunter takes the sting out of his stride. David's going for it, but gets a big-time bashing from Hunter for his trouble. Hunter piling in with those power pads. John Anderson rebukes Hunter. Next comes the Ace in the pack. Forces David back where he came from, and Ace won't let him into his zone. Ace leaning on him. John Anderson furious with Ace.
When I tell you to let them up, I mean let them up.
Well, that told him. What a way to spend a Saturday night.
There are 9 seconds remaining. 3, 2, 1.
9 seconds to plough through 2 zones and secure 5 points, and Khan forces him high and wide. And next comes the Wolf. Wolf leaning into that ramrod, and he's done enough to keep David out of the points. There's the hooter. Great effort, no reward. And David's had better times in his life. What a day.
Are you alive, my love?
Just about, Ollie. That's not a game for kids.
It certainly isn't. One great achievement, though, Dave. You cheated Rhino right at the start.
Yeah.
That's it.
Too happy about that either.
But I'm sorry to say, obviously, you didn't pick up any points. We needed a few points for the Eliminator, but...
Well, it's all in the Eliminator. I'm not too bothered.
It's not over yet. Let's hear it for Dave!
2 brave gauntlets from the guys, but not a point to show for their troubles. The scores stay the same. Sid 23, David 8.
Well, 4 brilliant gauntlets there, and all that stands between our contenders and a place in the quarterfinals is the Eliminator. So join us after the break here on Gladiators. Welcome back to the National Indoor Arena here in Birmingham, where it's Eliminator time. Now, in the girls' event, Pauline's on 23 points, Nora's on 10 points. That's a 13-point difference, giving Pauline a 6.5-second head start.
Pauline, you will go on my first whistle. Nora, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
For Pauline Morris, 6.5 seconds might seem a lot, but not in this world-famous Gladiators Eliminator. And that sound means that Nora McGoldrick has started her run. Pauline up from the trampette onto the first cargo net for the quick scramble to the top. Nora on the highs and lows, looking to cut down that lead. Pauline up and over. Nora's dad calmly sitting it out. Pauline the lighter of the two, so this course should favour her. Nieces Naomi and Ella going berserk up the road. Nora's Gaelic football team giving her plenty of stick, and it's working because Nora's nearly back on level terms. And led her ahead. And Pauline first away, Nora's up next. Nora's fans know she can do it. Trying to close that gap with every rung of the ladder. Pauline touches down first for the trapeze swing, makes the changeover. Next comes the second cargo net. Nora swings alongside her on the nets. The race is on for real now. Nora's mum, Phil, waving her hands about, and it looks like Nora might have the edge. Pauline's mum, Florence, not best pleased with this. Sister Pam praying for a miracle. Pauline's pulled out all the stops, refusing to hand over that lead. Both girls hit the gantry together, and Nora will go to the furthest zip. No, Pauline will have it now. Shouldn't have overtaken Nora on that gantry. Nora first away on the far side to the floor. Splashes down, then comes Pauline. Next it's the balancing seesaws together. Step for step, there's nothing in it. Easing them down together. Pauline, an awkward finish there. Second balance beam. And Pauline snatches in the lead. Oh, another awkward landing, and Nora fluffs it too. Oh, Pauline's sister Pam can't take this. Both girls sent back for not touching the yellow ends of the seesaw. Here they come again. Nora looking strong, seems to have the edge. Eases it down first. Oh, but Pauline's back again. Travelator. Who's there? Nora? Oh, no! No! Oh, they both blown it. Incredible drama, unbelievable scenes. The crowd hysterical. And so am I as they fire themselves up for another whack on this evil Travelator. It's Nora nearest to us, consistently moving up there. She's got a grip, but Pauline has slipped away. Nora pulls herself over the top. Florence is unimpressed, and Nora steals it. And delight from the family. Look at Mum shaking it about. Pauline with one final charge up the hill. She'll make it. Huge respect. What a great contender.
Well, Nora, that was one of those eliminators that we absolutely thrive on here at Gladiators. That was so completely fantastic. You started catching her up on the handlebars, had a little bit of trouble at the cargo net at the top there, and then you both had to go back for the balancing beam.
I got my foot stuck. I don't know what happened at the beams. And then the world's worst nightmare is to fall on the Travelator. But lucky for me, Pauline did as well. Can I just say, I don't deserve to win, and Pauline doesn't deserve to lose. She's a really lovely contender. I hope we stay in touch.
Well, listen, you do deserve to win, and you do deserve to come back for the quarterfinals. And I hope you bring your crowd with you. Let's hear it for Nora. Well done.
Pauline, I wanted to run up that. I think we all wanted to run up the Travelator with you there. That was difficult.
Yeah, I felt my legs were so tired, and going up the treadmill there, I really felt it all the way. But I tried.
When you both came down the Travelator at the same time, what were you trying to gather in your thoughts? Get up there first, or?
I was trying to compose myself, take a few deep breaths, and go again, and hopefully get to the top first, but just didn't work.
Well, you certainly deserve this medal. You showed great determination getting up the Travelator. You've been an incredible sport, and we've really enjoyed having you. Let's hear it for Pauline!
And the arena rises to acclaim her. What a runner-up, and what a winner! Nora McGoldrick, the forensic photographer, with a place in the quarterfinals. A hug for her dad and a bunch of flowers for her mum. Great scenes of pure emotion. Pauline's the pride of her family too. Sister Pam with the big hugs. That slow time certainly won't trouble the existing Eliminator record time of 1:47.4 held by Paula Bush. Next is the battle of the boys. Andrew's clear 15-second lead boils down to a head start of 7.5 seconds.
Well, Sid, I see your war paint has come off.
Yeah, well, it didn't work the last time, so I got rid of the war paint. It's serious stuff now. I'm just going to go for it.
And we've just seen a 6.5-second head start being overtaken, so you've got to think about 7.5 seconds now.
Well, yeah, I'm certainly not going to be going slowly. I'm just going to try and do my best, and may the best man win.
Absolutely. Very best of luck to the two of you, and I'll see you both at the end. Over to John Anderson.
Sid, you will go on my first whistle. Dave, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
Andrew Sidey sets off for a place in the quarterfinals. We've seen his speed already tonight, but has he kept enough in reserve? Kangaroos onto the cargo nets, and here comes David, the whole of Merseyside urging him on. Sid up and over the nets. David up and on to the other side. Sid's mum, Doreen, still with plenty of voice, but can her nerves take it? Sid up the rope as David descends the nets. Next comes the agony of the handbike. David on the rope. His sister's willing him up. And Sid's on the last leg of the handbike. Next will come the trapeze, a smooth transition essential. And those shiny helmets out in force for the firefighter. Sid used to climbing as David swings the trapeze. Sophia's leaping up and down. She knows he can do it. David swings onto the net, and it looks like he's pulling back that lead. Sid's girlfriend Amanda hopes he's not. Sid makes the summit first, pulls himself up. There's a long way to go yet. Hooks up to that zip for the trip to the deck. Pulling away from David once again. Oh, neat landing. David's on the zip, looking for a good splash. Stops dead, fails to get some slide. Sid on the first seesaw, pushes it over, gets himself down. Second seesaw, the gap's yawning again. The final push-up. Can he grab victory? Oh no, he stumbles and takes the fast track to the floor. They can't believe it. Neither can David. The sisters are screaming. David snatches the win. A remarkable finish for David Rodrigues, the winner from Wirral. And that says it all. Hugs all round, Sophia and Alan and Mum and Linda. Spare a thought for poor Sid. SID, superb, inspired, dynamic. Waves to the crowd and finishes the job. That trip on the travelator robs him.
David, you must have thought you weren't going to win this.
Well, obviously, I'm absolutely elated, but before I say anything, can I just say what a great contender Sid has been. You know, we've been friends here this week, and I'm just so sad it had to be me to beat him. But obviously I'm delighted.
What did you think when you saw Sid coming back down the travelator?
I just couldn't believe it. He was so good in training, man. He could fly up that travelator. And I just took my chance and went for it, and thankfully it worked on the night.
Did you feel you were catching him all the way through?
Well, I think it's definitely better to chase, but my heart goes out to the man.
Well, you definitely deserve this medal. I'm not sure if you'd be pleased to know, but you're coming back for the quarterfinals. It's been a pleasure having you. Let's hear it for David!
Well, Sid, I would never have believed it in a million years.
Yeah, I just gave it everything. I don't like being chased. I was nervous because Dave was chasing me, and I could hear him catching me, but he's been my best buddy here. And if anybody wanted to beat, it'd be Dave. So good on Dave.
And you've had a great crowd behind you too.
Crowd's been superb. Thanks for everything, guys.
It's been great to have you on the show. The very best of luck in the future. Let's hear it for Sid!
David's already with his family. Giant hug from Joan. More emotion. I'm filling up. There's one proud mum. The runner-up unfurls his national flag, the pride of Scotland. And in the men's Eliminator record competition, David Rodrigues' time is just outside the 1:17.2 set by Anthony Nesbitt.
Well, that was two absolutely mind-blowing eliminators.
It certainly was. But if you can take any more, join us next week here on Gladiators.
Good night.
For safety reasons, do not attempt to recreate any of the events you have seen on Gladiators.
More adrenaline-fueled action as we stay in the 90s with new Gladiators on the way in a few moments here on Challenge. Coming up next on Pick, they're getting some air miles as they jet off to Australia. They must be flying by TARDIS to get there that quick. It's nothing to declare.